All right, welcome in, folks. Friday Night Football in the Foothills on the air. Casey Freelove alongside Dave Rosenthal coming to you live from Lefevre Stadium, where tonight it's Hillman Homecoming 2018. And we've got a good one coming up tonight, so looking forward to it. Joined by Dave Rosenthal, always good to talk with my partner here. And we've got a nice one tonight as Placer takes the field, getting ready to kick things off here. Tonight's opponent, the El Dorado Cougars. The captains for the Hillman on homecoming tonight, senior quarterback number 6, Michael Stuck. Senior wide receiver number 9, Cyrus O'Neal. Kane Martin, the wide receiver, number 13. And kicker, Zach Rohde. And we are ready to go here, basically, folks. We had to cut out of the Montoya interview a little bit, but time for some football here. And let's get this thing going. Get my mic up a little bit louder there if you would. Bradley, appreciate that. Zach Rohde ready to kick things off here. Very difficult to see the El Dorado numbers because they've got white uniforms with white numbers barely outlined in blue and white helmets. The Hillmen out here tonight in their gray uniforms with green numbers outlined in gold. The green and gold helmets with the Placer P on the logo. Rohde's ready to kick things off here. Beautiful game time sunset setting in the foothills over Auburn, California. And this huge Lefevre crowd is ready for some football as Zach Rohde's ready to tee it up. Moving from left to right in the first quarter will be the El Dorado Cougars. Back deep to receive the kick for El Dorado, number 22, Sebastian Carrasco, joined by number 1, Tyson Hamburg. The referees have blown the whistle, and we're ready to go here as Rohde gets ready to kick it off. And it's a end-over-end kick, bit of a squibber, picked up at the 11-yard line. And coming across the near side is number 22, Sebastian Carrasco. He's met by a plethora of Hillmen at the 20-yard line, and that's where El Dorado will start this drive. Dave, nothing like homecoming on the hill.
I'll tell you what, the pregame ceremony worth the price of admission alone when they introduced the seniors and their parents, the senior cheerleaders and their parents, and this year with the life-size posters adorning the field of each of those senior players just made it a real special night. Always a special night here at Placer High, but tonight one of those nights that all the kids look forward to because, hey, you know, it's your senior year, it's your senior game, and here we go. First snap of the game should be fun.
Danny Bell, the El Dorado quarterback, under center. He's going to turn around and hand it off to the running back, Kai Cordero. Cordero cuts it out to the outside. Nifty little move off tackle. Able to pick up 5 yards, take it out to the 25. So 2nd and 5 upcoming. For the Placer defense, on the line, Micah Yoakum, Chandler Dakin, the defensive ends, Jesus Castillo, the defensive tackle, joined by Colton McElroy. Tonight's linebackers, Brad Bishop, Chase LaGuana Scott, and Andrew Garza. Carson Espadal at defensive back, joined by Jesse Wiggins, Ian Howes at safety, and Ryan Arnell back there as well. 2nd down and 5 upcoming. This time, Bell is going to find himself in the gun. And he's got 2 receivers to the near side. He's going to throw it here to the near side, and it's going to be picked off by the Hillman. Brad Bishop has it in his hands, and he's heading into the end zone. Just like that, touchdown, Hillman. Brad Bishop from 26 yards out gives Placer the 6-0 lead. It was a tip ball. Bradley there with his eyes on it the whole time. Picked it up, picked it off, and took it in for the touchdown. Well done, 6-0 Hillman, just 50 seconds into this football game.
Well, Brad Bishop, we've talked about it time again, that he is a guy, the ball finds him, and this time the ball found Brad Bishop right in the middle of that 3 on the front of his chest, and one of our seniors highlighting these festivities right off the top with a run-in for a quick 6 for the Hill Dudes.
Well, let's get our housekeeping out of the way. That kickoff was brought to you by Auburn Trophies and more. Check them out online at auburnTrophies.com for the best in trophies and awards. That touchdown brought to you by the Man Cave, 923 Lincoln Way in Auburn. Thanks to Man Cave owner Christopher Kirshner for sponsoring high school football here on the Voice of the Foothills. Christensen will have the snap, Dakin the holder, and Rohde the kicker. It's a good snap, good hold, and the kick is true inside the right upright. 11-10 left here in the first quarter. That's right, 50 seconds gone by. 7-0 Placer with the lead here on Friday Night Football in the Foothills.
Depot Bay Coffee Roasters features coffee roasted right on site. This fall, enjoy a pumpkin spice latte or one of their espresso drinks, a smoothie, or milkshake. Depot Bay also has great breakfast burritos and sandwiches, bagels, a wide lunch sandwich menu, including paninis, and every home game Friday, Depot Bay donates 20% of all proceeds to the Placer Hillman Football Boosters. 983 High Street in Auburn, across from Bank of America. Proud sponsor of Hillman Football. Open every day with online ordering at depoebaycoffee.com.
This is Marshall Chapman, class of 2019 running back, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in Foothills on KAHI.
Welcome back. Just 50 seconds gone here in this first quarter. The Placer Hillman out to a 7-0 lead on Friday Night Football in the Foothills. Hillman Homecoming 2018 edition. Well, we didn't even get a chance to take a look at the offense. A rare defensive score to start the game. I don't know if we've ever seen that in our, 45 games we've done together.
Yeah,
Clark.
I was going to say that's the first time we've opened up with a defensive touchdown. And, of course, Brad Bishop always around the football. Always.
All right, Rody's going to kick it off. It's going to be fielded by Carrasco at the 10-yard line, coming across the near side out to the 20 and pushing his way up to the 24-yard line where El Dorado will take over 1st and 10 with 11:04 left here in this first quarter of play. Dave, you and I, you wear glasses. I use binoculars. These El Dorado uniforms are the most difficult we've seen to spot since center a few years ago when they tried to trick us. It's almost unfair. I mean, for Dan working next door here for us trying to call out these numbers and for us trying to keep an eye on them on the field, we'll do our best, and hopefully the Hillman through tackling will get those white jerseys a little bit green here during the first half, and we'll be able to see them a little better. Either way, we're ready to go here with El Dorado moving from left to right, and we are ready to go with Danny Bell under center, 2 receivers up top, single back behind. It's going to be a handoff to that back, and he's met and stood up immediately. Number 23, Branson Kirby with the carry, and in fact, they are going to end up giving him a gain of 2 yards.
A quick 2-yard gain for Kirby. This is a team that doesn't score a lot of points, just 11.8 on the season. They don't score in the first quarter, at least according to the statistics I was looking at. Barely in the second. Most of that, 8 points in the second half, averaging 3 points in the first half. Not a prolific offense on a team that is definitely undermanned coming out of El Dorado. They've only got 22 guys suited up tonight.
Trips to the top, empty backfield, 2 receivers on the near side. Kelly back in the gun. He's going to throw it out there to the far side. He overthrows his receiver, the intended target, number 8, Kalen Bonnickson, tails high, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. The El Dorado roster is small, 29 players listed on max preps. They got a lot of guys that have to play 2 ways, and you get behind early against a team as talented as the Hillman, and it's going to be a rough one up here at Lefevre tonight.
Well, it's not only the talent, it's the depth. You might have been able to get away with starting most of your second team tonight and still pulled out the victory. I'm not going to put a knock against El Dorado. It's just it's a school that's going to be torn apart because their players are going to go to other schools in its area.
That's true. Now here's some pressure coming towards Kelly. He is able to gun it out there, and the reception is made, but shy of the 1st down. Caught by number 1, Tyson Hamburg. He needed to get up to the 34-yard line. He's going to be put down shy. We'll call it the 33. So that'll be a gain of 6 yards there, and it will bring up 4th down and 3 for El Dorado here.
Well, and here's something interesting. The Hillman are actually going to send somebody back in there, back deep to receive the punt. It's going to be Chandler Dakin.
Yeah, Chandler Dakin, big number 16, the defensive end, getting a chance to return a punt. By the way, that kickoff was brought to you by Auburn Trophies and More, thanks to owners Ken and Katie Osborne for sponsoring Hillman football here on KAHI Radio. Dakin's going to let it bounce, now fielded at his own 30-yard line, out across the 35, 40, cuts back towards the center of the field and into El Dorado territory, where Plassler will take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line of El Dorado. 9:35 left here in the first quarter, 7-zip Plassler already, and it's time to put this machine-like offense out on the field. So prolific. They have scored 33 touchdowns in 4 games. That's right, 8.25 touchdowns average per game. Will set the offense here as Mike Stuck and company get ready to go, and they have broken the huddle. Plassler moving from right to left here in this first quarter. Stuck with a quick 3-step drop. He's going to gun it out here to O'Neal, who has the catch at the 40, taking it to the 35, continuing to move those legs down inside the 30 and dropped at the 29-yard line. Big 20-yard gain there. Stuck to O'Neal. Michael's got to be loving that on a senior homecoming night.
It's funny because I was talking to Greg, his dad, before the game, and Greg said, I was talking to Joey. I said, we need to throw more. And I said, did Joey look at you like you were crazy with the line he's got? He goes, actually, he didn't. Come out right on the 1st down, and Mikey puts it up.
Stuck, the quarterback, Marshall Chapman and Hans Grossman, your running backs, Brad Bishop in the wing, and we'll set the rest of the offense in a moment. It's a handoff to Hans Grossman, going over center. Hans continuing to move forward. Actually, no, it's fake. I got faked out on that one. It actually went to Marshall Chapman over tackle, and Marshall able to gain a bit of yardage here inside the 25 and down to the 23-yard line.
So give him about 7 on that one, and Marshall picking up where he left off a week ago, 258 yards on the ground last week. Would have been our player of the game, except Brad Bishop busted off 3 long touchdowns and took home those honors.
2nd down and 4 following the 6-yard gain for Chapman. Here's the handoff. This time is going to Grossman over the right side and continuing to move forward, looking to break the daylight. Takes it inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5-yard line. 18-yard gain by Hans Grossman there, and just kind of bowling over defenders as we've seen him do week after week, a team-leading 12 touchdowns. Last week, a paltry 100 yards and a touch.
Hey, give credit to Sebastian Carrasco, the cornerback there, junior, 5'8", 145, coming up to take on Hans Grossman, and actually got him to the ground. Nice open field tackle there by 2-2 on the Eldo side.
First and goal for the Hillman from the 5-yard line. Chapman and Grossman behind, handoff to Marshall. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Hillman. Marshall Chapman goes over right guard and into the end zone for the touch. Placer up 13-zip, 8:13 left here in the first quarter. Gotta love that line blocking, and let me quickly set that line since the drive went so fast. Tonight's starting left tackle, Blake Bachman, left guard, Austin Mater, Kyle Christensen at center, right guard, Colton McElroy, and right tackle, big Joey Capra. It went right in between McElroy and Capra for the 6. And Placer looking to extend this to a 2-touchdown lead. We haven't even played 4 minutes of football. It's a good snap, it's a good kick, and the score is good. 14-0. Placer with the lead here with 8:13 left in the first quarter of play. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
Hi, my name is Staff Sergeant Justin Knoll, your local U.S. Air Force recruiter for the Rockland, Auburn, Truckee area. My office is located at 996 Pleasant Grove, Suite 140 in Roseville. Stop by today and find out about the exciting opportunities waiting for you in the world's greatest Air Force, including our top-notch technical training and educational program. You can contact me at 916-284-3273 or email at justin.knoll@us.af.mil. That's justin.noll@us.af.mil. This message is brought to you by the United States Air Force.
And welcome back to KAHI Studios. I'm Tarek Ansari with the KAHI Game Break. A few scores from around the league. Rockland up on Whitney 7-0, and Del Oro begins their surge against Granite Bay, who you can hear next week right here on KAHI. That score 14-0. And now let's head out to Casey and Dave with the rest of the first quarter. Go Hillman.
Minute 12 capped by that Marshall Chapman planned 5-yard touchdown run. Hillman now up 14-0, Case.
Hamburg and Carrasco back deep to field the kick off the leg of Rhodey. It's a boomer driving all the way back to the 5-yard line where it is handled by Hamburg. Bring it out across the 10, and I'd say we'll put him down at about the 16-yard line.
He's getting up off the bottom of that pile. Was that 52 with the stop there? Evan Robinson stuck his helmet in there and stopped him right on the number.
All right, so yeah, we'll put it down here at the, well, it looks like 17-yard line. So 87 yards of field ahead here for El Dorado, already trailing 14-0, 8:06 left here in the first quarter. Danny Bell, the quarterback for the Cougars, comes in 48 of 95 for 604 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions on the season entering play tonight. This is going to be a direct snap going to the running back, and that one, not much doing there. A whole bunch of Hillman in on the tackle. Chase Laguana-Scott, Jesus Castillo in on that. And that one went to number 55, Marcus Montoya, listed as an offensive lineman, but he actually carried the ball there, and he is able to pick up a gain of 1 yard.
Oh, give him a yard on that one. That'll earn you your varsity letter.
Absolutely. Second down and 9 upcoming for this El Dorado Cougar team coming into the contest, 1-3 on the season. Trips to the near side, a single back to the right of the quarterback, Kelly, who's back in the pistol. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff to the back and trying to find some room over the left side, and not doing so is Cordero, met by Chase Laguana-Scott in the hole. He was able to drive his way up for a yard to the 19-yard line, was Kai Cordero. So third down and long upcoming.
So Kai Cordero gets his carry, his second one of the game. He's got 7 yards on a couple of carries. This brings up a third and long, and they're going to have to go to the air. It'll be interesting to see this week if Eric Rodardi decides to dial up some blitzes just to see if he can get a little pressure on the quarterback, something the Hillmen have not been able to do with consistency this season.
Mitchell Moore enters the contest, and he's in there at linebacker next to Laguana-Scott and Brad Bishop. Back in the pistol once again is Kelly. Got a double slot look here. Now the Hillmen are sending pressure. We'll see if they get to him. He doesn't see it. And there it is, a big sack for the Hillmen. Nice job there. You put him in and he makes the play. Good job there by Evan Robinson, also joined by Chandler Dakin. But Robinson was all in his face, and it's going to be a loss all the way back to the 10-yard line. Loss of 9 on that day.
Well, and like I said, maybe they're going to dial up the pressure, and indeed they did. Now they're going to force a punt basically from the end zone. Let's see if they come after and try to get a special teams touchdown on this one.
Who will be rewarded with returning the punt this time? It's going to be Chandler Dakin once again.
So big Chandler back there getting a chance to bring those things back.
Kai Schaefer is the kicker, or the punter, I should say, for El Dorado. He's back in his own end zone, and he's going to get a decent kick up. Chandler should have a chance to field it. Now he's going to let it go. Takes a bounce and goes out of bounds at the Placer 47-yard line, where the Hillmen will take over 1st and 10, leading 14-0. In a first quarter that is going exactly as the coaching staff had hoped.
And, it's one of those games. They knew coming in that they were going to have an advantage over this El Dorado team. It was a team that they were going to go out and they were probably going to handle pretty easily. I think the big thing all week long was trying to keep these kids motivated. I heard tales that there was some definite motivational speak going on at practice this week.
Oh, I love the way you speak sometimes there, Dave. That is fantastic. Motivational speaking, absolutely. Stuck and company ready to go here, moving from right to left with a 2-touchdown lead. 6 minutes left here. Handed off to Brad Bishop coming around the near side and looking to set up those blocks and continuing to move. Thought he had to step out of bounds. He didn't. He is able to keep it going, taking it from the Hillman 47 down into El Dorado territory. Let's see where the referees mark this out at.
17-yard gain.
Looks like the 36-yard line. So, yeah, that's going to be a gain of 17 for Brad Bishop. Well done there, Bradley.
And that's Brad's bread and butter play is that sweep. They get everything going to the far side of the field direction-wise. They pull a guard. They bring him around the corner. They usually have either the running back or the wing back lead block for him, and that time he had plenty of sideline to work with.
A couple of Cougars helping with the push out of bounds, including Carrasco. This time it's going to be a fake handoff to Chapman, and going deep is Mike Stuck into the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Hillman! Cyrus O'Neal, 36 yards later, he's in the end zone. Great throw on a frozen rope by Michael Stuck, and the Hillmen extend this lead to 20-0 with 5:48 left here in the first quarter. That might be the prettiest ball we've seen this season, and we've seen some good ones from Mike.
We've seen him throw some good balls. He threw a great one last week after a pump fake that O'Neal couldn't hold on to, but that time Cyrus really wide open, got behind on his first move. We went corner, cut back to the post, and when he cut to the post, the ball was already in the air, floated right into his hands. NFL film style, he slow motion for the touch.
And our third mention of the Man Cave, 923 Lincoln Way, they sponsor all Placer touchdowns, and the kick is good as well. So 5:48 left here in the first quarter, 21-zip, Placer with the lead in a fast-moving Friday Night Football in the Foothills. We'll be right back.
So you've got a truck and you need some accessories, a toolbox, maybe a truck bed cover, some side steps, even a trailer hitch. Where do you find a place you can trust with great selection and prices? Hi, I'm John Brassfield, owner of Truck Smart. For over 30 years, our stores in Auburn and Rockland have provided the best selection of truck accessories in the region. I invite you to stop in today. See the Truck Smart difference for yourself.
This is Andrew Garza, class of 2019 linebacker. You're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
That touchdown drive was akin to getting a goal on the face-off. 2 plays, 53 yards, 15 seconds off the clock for the Hillmans to score. And, of course, the key play to that drive, the 36-yard Stuck to O'Neal touchdown pass.
Very impressive. Good to have Andrew Garza welcome us back. It was a pleasure visiting with that young man, along with Marshall Chapman and Jesse Wiggum on our Thursdays on the Hill segment, heard every week at 5:30 on the KAHI Afternoon News. Zach Rohde's ready to kick it off, and it's going to be a deep kick. Driving Hamburg back inside his 10-yard line. Now he's going to field it, head back towards the middle, and he is met and dropped immediately. Good job of gang tackling there by the Hillmen with the lead tackle.
Jacob Mason.
Yeah. Nice job there. So El Dorado will take over the ball at their own 15-yard line. 1st and 10, already trailing 21-0 here in the first quarter. And, of course, the game's moved so fast, I didn't even get a chance to mention the Hillman coaches. Head coach Joey Montoya, joined by defensive coordinator Eric Rodardi. The members of the staff include Mike Sabins, Bowman Wakub, Dennis Murphy, Dean Petromonaco, Eric Egan, and Jim Besselman. And that kickoff is brought to you by Auburn Trophies and more. Thanks so much to Ken and Katie Osborne for sponsoring Hillman football. Check them out at 1221 Grass Valley Highway in the Fiddler Green Shopping Center. All right, so ready to go is Kelly. He's going to pitch it out, and not much room there for Kai Cordero. He is able to actually get a pretty decent gain, all things considered, taking it out to the 22-yard line. So a gain of 7 going off left tackle for number 4, Kai Cordero. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 3.
Hey, I'd like to welcome our newest sponsor, Depot Bay Coffee Roasters at 983 High Street. Hey, if you're looking for that jolt, you know where to go. Head over to Depot Bay. They roast it there, they grind it there, and it is tasty. Mike and Nicole Crew, thank you so much for joining Hillman football broadcast this season. We appreciate your support.
2 receivers up top, 2 backs behind Kelly, and now he's going to motion one of the receivers, fake it to him, and this one's a disaster. The ball came out. He dropped the ball. I think the El Dorado lineman was able to jump back on it. Oh no, emerging from the pile is Colton McElroy. Hillman will take over after the fumble. And a bobbled exchange on the running play. Colton McElroy, Johnny on the spot, picks it up, and Placer with another short field already with a 3-touchdown lead and less than 5 minutes left here in this first quarter.
Wow. It's just things you don't expect to happen that quickly. So 2 turnovers out of the first 4 drives for El Dorado. First one turned into a touchdown on an interception, and now this one giving the Hillman the ball point-blank range right as the red zone at their own at the Eldo 20.
So just inside 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Stuck's going to fake a handoff. He's going to throw again. Michael wants to throw, and he does. Boy, good job on the defense. A little bit close, but I think it was a nice call. It was intended for Lewis Fudge. The coverage there by Kai Schaefer, and it will bring up 2nd down and 10.
I like the way that Michael Stuck is throwing the ball. He's getting back there. He's finding his guy. He's setting up and stepping into those throws. Another one that was a frozen rope.
So 2nd down and 10. Hillman in business at the 20-yard line of El Dorado. And Stuck and company break the huddle, ready to go very quickly here. 2 backs behind, single back behind, I should say. Now it's going to be a handoff going to Marshall Chapman with room in front of him and blockers, and he's in. Touchdown, Hillman. The Marshall plan in effect. 20 yards later, Placer leads it 27-0. That drive took all of 11 seconds. And
did the last drive. And that was another 2-play drive.
Yeah, an incomplete pass and a 20-yard dash to daylight by Marshall Chapman. One of the strongest runners in the section, the number 4 ranked running back in the section, according to our friends over at KAHI Sports. Hi, fellas. Thanks for your
really
coverage.
Only took 11 seconds. Huh?
11 seconds on that drive. That touchdown, once again, getting the most mentions in Auburn tonight, the Man Cave. Check them out on Facebook. They're at 923 Lincoln Way. Owner Christopher Kirshner. Thank you for sponsoring Placer Hillman football. The kick is good off the leg of Rhodey. 4:48 left here in the first quarter. 28-zip Placer leading El Dorado here on KAHI.
Auburn Ford has something for anyone and everyone looking for a new car, truck, or SUV. Built Ford tough. Check out a new Ford F-150, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year for 2018, and the entire F-Series line of trucks celebrating an award-winning 41 years. From the stylish Fusion to a sporty new Mustang, or just the right-sized SUV, you'll be amazed at the smart technology capabilities in every new Ford vehicle. Take the time to browse their website at auburnford.net or take a test drive at the dealership, 1650 Grass Valley Highway. Auburn Ford.
And welcome back to KAHI Studios. I'm Tarek Ansari. Let's get some score updates from around high school football right here, right away. Looks like Folsom, oh my goodness, they're off to a great start. Number 1 Folsom up 28-0 against number 2 Oak Ridge. And Lincoln and Center, they're tied at 0. Wood Creek up 21-0 against the Roseville Tigers. And let's head back out to the Hill with Casey and Dave.
Off the leg of Brody. This one's going to be fielded at the 12-yard line by number 1, Tyson Hamburg, cutting back across to the far side, out across the 20, and he's met at the 22 or 23-yard line.
Jacob Mason again looked like to be the first guy in on that stop, and then followed by a host of Hillman Gray as they bury the ball carrier down there.
Yeah, Chase LaGuana Scott there as well. They're going to spot this one down. It looks like the 23-yard line. So 4:41 left here in the first quarter. Placer up 4 touchdowns and showing no signs of stopping. An aggressive blitzing defense as well, a new wrinkle in Coach Ferdardi's scheme, and I love it. I love seeing Mike Stuck throw the ball, and I love seeing this Placer defense blitz it.
Well, yeah, they've got to get those in there somewhere. You don't want to show too much before league gets started in earnest, but it's a good time to see what you've got and how you can make it work against this type of opponent.
2 backs behind Kelly. He'll hand it to the tailback, and it's going to be number 4, Cordero. Not much doing there. Good job by him tackling there by the Hillman.
Yeah, he did make Jorge Maldonado miss, but the second host of the linebackers came in. Maldonado came up from his corner position to slow it and turn it back inside. Then the linebackers came over and finished off the play.
Yeah, Garza there in on the tackle, and that's going to be a gain of 1 for Cordero, bringing up 2nd down and 9. 4:18 left here in the first quarter. Kelly breaks the huddle. They've shown a bunch of different looks so far. Now they've got a single receiver up top, 2 to the near side, a back stack to the right of Kelly. Here's the snap. He'll fake it to the back, take a 5-step drop, throw it out here to the near side. The catch is made by Hamburg, and then he is wrapped up and tackled with a quickness by Brad Bishop. The ball goes out to the 28-yard line, a gain of 4 yards there for Hamburg. And again, it's going to be 3rd down. The next 3rd down in the sequence, I should say, for El Dorado.
And it's funny because he had to throw that ball a long way to pick up just 4 yards. And basically the receiver just went out, curled, spotted up, and waited for the ball to get there. Another receiver in the pattern kind of drew the coverage back. Brad Bishop stayed underneath, stayed home, came up and made the open field tackle.
Okay, so again, this time they'll show 2 receivers up to the top of the formation. Hillman showing blitz. Here comes the blitz, and it's going to get out there. It's a screen pass or a delayed pass going to Cordero, but he's going to be wrapped up.
That's Jesse Wiggum. Yes,
That's Jesse Wiggum in on that tackle.
Open field tackle for a 3-yard loss. It's my boy, Jay Wig.
That's it. Back to the 25-yard line, and it is punt time again. 4th and 8 upcoming for El Dorado. And Placer's going to get their hands back on this ball as the sun has set over the foothills. The lights are shining bright here on homecoming. If you're a Placer fan, you're certainly enjoying it. And, of course, a shout-out to everybody listening all over the world. We got streamers, out in Virginia. We got streamers on the continent of Africa. I mean, we got people listening, and we love it.
Our friends from Africa are back. They're actually here at the game tonight. That was a trip that they took a week ago.
Chandler Dakin fields it at his 41-yard line and takes it back into El Dorado territory. Placer will have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of the El Dorado Cougars with a 28-point lead and 2:44 left here in the first quarter of play.
2:44 to play, and they'll probably score again here. It would not be a surprise at all. It's just one of those things you just don't get. You don't get stopped. You don't get stops against Placer. Big shout out to Sarah Stuck and Gabe Moharo. They are at Linfield College in McKinnville, Oregon. Good to have them listening tonight via the World Wide Web.
Send us a tweet at KAHI Sports. We'll give you a shout out here. And of course, do follow us on KAHI Sports for the latest with Placer football. We'll tell you about our new picture page on KAHI.com a little bit later in the broadcast. Now we've got a delay, so why don't I tell you right now, after I tell you that the kickoff is brought to you by Auburn Trophies and More, 1221 Grass Valley Highway. I feel like I haven't mentioned them enough with 4 scores on the board, and we do appreciate you, Ken and Katie Osborne, as we do all our Hillman sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be here bringing you the action live from Lefevre on a beautiful late summer night. I can't believe fall's not here yet, not officially till next Saturday.
Doesn't it feel like it, though? Yeah.
It certainly does. I wore pants today, Dave. That's how it feels like it. Stuck now with a 5-step drop.
There's
throws it
your
over the
Lewis
middle,
Fudge.
and it is going to be complete. Nice grab by Lewis Fudge, taking it all the way from the 41-yard line down to the 22, a gain of 19. And boy, if you go just based on average, Lewis does not have a lot of catches, but he's got lots of yards when he does.
And here's what's going on here tonight. This El Dorado team's coming out thinking, okay, we've got to stop the running attack of the wing team. So what does Joey do? He comes out and lets Mike Stuck throw the ball over the yard. They are very confused on defense right now, so much so they're calling a timeout.
Well, let's keep it here for a minute and just talk, as Dave mentioned. Really cool to see the pregame. If you look down on the track, they've got life-size posters of all the seniors who are out here representing tonight for Placer. The ceremony, and we will have an extended halftime. Tarek Ansari will take care of the sports updates there in the studio, our producer. But nothing like homecoming, the balloon release, the king and queen. It's as Americana as it gets up here.
It really is. The only thing we really miss, and it's back from my day, is the floats. Each of the class back when I was in high school, every class made their own float, and they'd parade the floats around the track during the halftime ceremonies as well.
Well, if this game gets really out of hand, I'm going to make Dave tell us stories about another float that he was a part of up in Chico, perhaps, during something called Pioneer Days. But that's later in the broadcast. That's when we lose our PG audience and we go into the late night.
And I slip into my Harry Carey voice.
All right, Stuck and company ready to go after the timeout. 1st and 10 at the El Dorado 22. Placer moving from right to left, the ball on the near hash.
Well, we haven't seen, we've seen Brad Bishop, we've seen Hans Grossman, we've seen Marshall Chapman tonight, we've seen a Lewis pass. What else you got left?
So you got Bishop and Grossman behind, handed off to Hans, going over left guard, continuing to push forward, bowls over a defender, and takes it all the way down to the 5-yard line. 17-yard gain for Hans Grossman. I do apologize that I'm not getting the defensive player calls in as much, but folks, again, it is very difficult to see white numbers on white uniforms with just the teeniest, tiniest outline of royal blue, but we'll keep working on that.
It is a tough one, definitely. Another tackle by another guy in a white uniform.
Absolutely.
And that may be the best you get all night, kids. Thanks for listening.
Single back behind Stuck. He's going to take a 5-step drop, now rolling to the far side, throws it into the end zone, caught. Touchdown, Ian Howes. Touchdown, Hillman. Good to see Ian Howes on the board. Placer up 34-0 with 2:01 left here in the first quarter. Number 12 getting a big reception. And if I'm not mistaken, it's his second reception of the year and his first touch.
Well, that drive took a whole 43 seconds.
That touchdown brought to you by the Man Cave. They are getting their money's worth tonight. Check out the Man Cave on Facebook for this week's specials. Also at 923 Lincoln Way. Thanks to Christopher Kirshner, the owner, for sponsoring high school football. We'll tell you more about our sponsors in a bit. First things first, though, Rhodey splits the uprights, and Placer is up 35-0. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter of play. Right back on KAHI.
For classic American food and a fun atmosphere, it's Mel's Diner in Auburn. Mel's is a throwback to the great diners of the 50s and 60s with great food and service and family-friendly. Fabulous burgers like the Big Bopper, a wide variety of salads, huge dinner entrees, and classic fountain drinks and desserts. Stop by Mel's right after the Placer High football games or on Saturday. Just show your ticket stub and get a 10% discount. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the place to be is Mel's Diner, 1730 Grass Valley Highway at Luther Road in Auburn.
This is Jesse Wiggum, class of 2020, running back and safety, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
That's my guy, Jesse Wiggum. Yeah, Wiggs in the house.
Yes.
Hey, 3 plays, 40 yards, 43 seconds, touchdown pass of 6 yards. Michael Stuck to Ian Howes. Hillman 35-0 now. I'm just curious as how long is Joey's going to stick with this first team.
That is the question to be answered, and we'll probably find out here on the next drive, but El Dorado is about to field it. Rody's ready to go. This kickoff, as all kickoffs, brought to you by Auburn Trophies and More. Check them out at 1221 Grass Valley Highway in the Fiddler Green Shopping Center. Driven back to his 5-yard line is Hamburg. Now cuts towards the middle of the field, out across the 15, and stops shy of the 20 by about 5 Hillman defenders. Let me get some numbers out here. My goodness. Good job at tackling Zarin Fuller in on that. Let's see, we've got... Andy Alvarez getting a tackle there as well. Not bad. And LaGuana Scott in on that as well. So El Dorado in deep trouble, trailing 35-0. First and 10 from their own 21-yard line, and nothing doing on offense. And Placer showing some new looks on defense. And I guess like you're saying, Dave, I agree with the strategy. It's like if you've got an opponent that you know that you can outdo, we might as well work in some stuff you don't get to work on all that regularly in games.
Yeah, but don't show too much because you know that there's probably a scout or two for some of the upcoming league opponents out there saying, oh, what are the Hillmen going to show tonight?
Kelly back there to pistol, and it's picked off, and the Hillmen have another touchdown. Chase LaGuana Scott takes it in from 21 yards out. Are you kidding me, folks? This score is 41-0 Placer with 1:47 left in the first quarter. Kelly never looked away from Scott. He read it the whole way, and he's gone for his first touchdown of the season. Well deserved for the team lead in tackles. Chase LaGuana Scott, big play.
And now it is definitely time to call off the dogs. You've got to start putting some second string guys in. You don't want to demoralize that team on the other side of the field. They've still got a whole league season to play. They're showing 11 guys on the field, and I'm not counting much more than 10, 11 on the reserve side of the field at this point. I think Joey will do the right thing.
That touchdown, as all these touchdowns, brought to you by the Man Cave, 923 Lincoln Way in Auburn. Check them out on Facebook, the Man Cave. The kick is good by Rody. Believe it or not, we'd love you to stick around. Please do. It's 42-0 Placer with 1:47 left here in the first quarter. Talk about a Hillman homecoming 2018 right here on the Voice of the Foothills.
River Valley Community Bank, a proud sponsor of Placer High football, is opening a new full-service office in downtown Auburn. The office, located at 905 Lincoln Way, is set to open late this summer. The River Valley Community Bank team is looking forward to serving the financial needs of Auburn and the surrounding communities. For more details, contact Luke Parnell or Paul Ross at 530-755-0418. With River Valley Community Bank, you can have the commitment, confidence, and convenience that you deserve in your bank. River Valley Community Bank, local banking done right.
River Valley Community Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And welcome back to KAHI Studios for our KAHI Game Break. A few scores from around Major League Baseball that involve the Oakland A's, who you can listen to right here on the Voice of the Foothills. The Astros and the Diamondbacks in the top of the 8th tied at 2, and the Yankees earlier beat the Blue Jays 11-0. Quick shout out from Kyle Christensen's parents from Carmel, California. They're listening right here on KAHI. Thanks so much for listening, and let's get you back out to the game with Casey and Dave.
All right, 42-zip. Thanks for our streamers listening there. 1:47 left here in the first quarter. Casey and Dave with you here on the Hill, enjoying homecoming 2018. And Placer ready to kick it off once again. This kickoff is all kickoffs brought to you by Auburn Trophies and More. Check them out online at auburntrophies.com. Hamburg fields it at his own 10-yard line, cuts up across 15, 20, 25, 30. He's continuing to move out to the 35 and finally brought down up at the 37-yard line. Nice job of running there.
Isaac Smith with the tackle for the Hillmen.
Good to see Isaac out there. And again, Dave, you talk about it's a balance because this is high school football. You don't want anybody demoralized. And if you're Placer with this offensive machine working, you don't want anybody getting hurt. It would be a darn shame if somebody tweaked a knee or an ankle in a game that's already over here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and it's best field position, starting field position of the night for the Cougars at their own 38. We'll see what they do. It still looks like most of the first-string defense is in there for Placer.
Jackson Sabins replaces the defensive end there, Yoakum. So there you go. And here is a handoff, and
Is that a different quarterback? Oh, that was Pat Cordero taking the direct snap that time.
Yes, it was. Cordero takes it up to the 41-yard line. So a gain of 3 yards there on that rush will bring up 2nd down and 7. A minute 24 left here in the first quarter. 42-0 Placer. Don't adjust your dial. That's the score.
I see Carson Espinal in the game on the near side as a corner, and that's his first action tonight. I believe Jesse Wiggum now in over on the other side at a corner. So he is starting to infiltrate the defense with a couple of the guys that don't get the majority of the snaps with the first team.
Well, they pulled Kelly. They've got Cordero in there at quarterback, and now there's going to be a flag before the play even gets going.
Yeah, motion on the center that time, started to snap the ball and then stopped and kind of stepped forward.
So Kelly no longer in the contest for El Dorado. Cordero he took a direct snap on the last play. I see Kelly holding his shoulder pads, no injury indication. He's over there standing next to his coach, kind of deflated as you would be, trailing by 6 touchdowns here early.
Wow.
2nd down and 15 following the false start, so even more work to do here for Cordero and company. 2 receivers to the near side, a back flank to the right of Cordero, and he'll hand it off to the back. And looking to grind his way forward, maybe able to pick up a yard, is Branson Kirby.
We'll give him a yard on that carry.
Yeah,
So
Jackson
once again-
Sabins just came into the game and made a good play there from defensive end.
But already El Dorado looking at a 3rd and 12 and getting ready to give the ball up again, and we're just approaching inside 30 seconds here in quarter number 1.
All right, so this could be the last play of the first quarter. 3rd down and 12 upcoming for El Dorado. You've got Kelly back in there at quarterback now with Cordero to his right and just a little bit behind him. 2 receivers up top. Kelly in the pistol, takes a quick 3-step drop, throws it over the middle.
Picked again.
And it's going to be picked up by the Hillman. Nice job there. Interception by Ian Howes, has a touchdown and a pick. We got to get that kid in on punt duty. The pass intended for number 6, Ian Deal. Soared over his head. Ian Howes picked it up, and Placer will get another play before this first quarter ends. This drive starting with 8 seconds left in the first quarter, and the ball at the Hillman 49-yard line. Wow, this defense looking motivated. Got to like that. Right now, Mike Stuck's still in there. They will rotate in a new receiver, and I'm hoping this young man gets a catch tonight. Austin Hollitz, we called his name a little bit on defense, and he's been working hard at practice. You've got Grossman behind Stuck. Now they're going to motion Chapman. It's going to be the reverse coming back to the near side to Brad Bishop. Bishop with some daylight out in front of him, continuing to move down inside the 35-yard line. Brad Bishop tackled down there at the 33, so a gain of 15 for Bradley. Running hard, playing well on defense with the touchdown, everything working. That's the end of the first quarter. Folks, don't adjust your dial. 42-0 Placer with the lead. It's Hillman Homecoming 2018 on Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
Hi, I'm Matt Spokley, your Auburn City Council member and former mayor. As a civil engineer, business owner, and proud father of 2 Placer Hillman girls, I'm running for re-election to continue providing innovative solutions to issues affecting Auburn, like fixing our roads and sidewalks, keeping public safety a top priority, and boosting our local economy. I've built a business, raised a family, and I'm invested in Auburn. Please re-elect Matt Spokley for Auburn City Council. I'm Matt Spokley, and I approve this message. Campaign ID number 1262839.
This is Chandler Dakin, class of 2019, defensive end, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
Well, 42-0 is the score. I might have Dan Wilson, the PA announcer, slide over. Maybe we'll switch gigs. Dan can call the game on the radio, and I'll do a little bit of the PA announcing here because we're both very busy with Hillman touchdowns flying across the board. 42-0. Placer leading here with 12 minutes left in the second quarter, and the Hillman with the ball once again. Jesse Wiggum entering the contest at running back. So it is time to see some stuff.
That first string is going to be in there. He's coming in and getting Brad Bishop out of there.
Yeah, Bishop's out. You still got Grossman in there.
No, you still got all the big boys up front. They haven't taken the foot off the pedal yet, have the Hillman. I think they may need one more score here to get that done.
Marshall Chapman now in the wing. 2 backs behind Stuck. Handed off to Grossman going over the right side. Hans moving forward with authority. Taking it from the 33 all the way inside the 15-yard line. Marked down at the 13. So a big gash of 20 yards by Hans. Picking up where he's left off game after game. I was glad Dave and I had a little debate off the air about last week. Some stat keepers had Hans at 99. We found an extra yard. We say it's 100. Cut a buck on the number and a touchdown last week, following up on that 304 5-touchdown performance a couple weeks ago.
Just what a pedestrian performance after that. I mean, come on. How do you follow up 304 with just 100?
1st and 10 for the Hillman, now moving from left to right. It's a handoff to Marshall Chapman. Slips a little bit. Now goes right over the defender and takes it inside the 5. Boy, he knocked down
that little guy.
Trevor Nelson. And Marshall Chapman takes it down to the 2, so that's going to be a gain of 11 yards for the Marshall plan. First and goal, Hillman. And Marshall was not looking to be tackled. He was looking to put that young man on the ground, and that's what he did.
He planted him, and he just couldn't surf over his body far enough to slide into the end zone. Probably needed a little of that surfboard wax that he could get from his buddy Brad Bishop.
There you go. All right, we'll see if they reward Marshall here after that nice run. Again, 11:15 left here in the second quarter. Placer looking to put 7 touchdowns on the board in 13 minutes of play. Here's the handoff going to Marshall, pushing his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Hillman! Marshall Chapman rewarded after the 11-yard gain with a 2-yard touchdown dive over the right side. 48-0, Placer with the lead, 11:06 left here. My goodness, Marshall is one to watch in the section and around the north end of the state.
He's just a good running back in an excellent system with a stupendous offensive line. All you need is a crease, and when you got the three-headed monster like you have and you don't know where the ball's coming from, could be any one of those three guys, could be a play action, Cyrus O'Neal or Lewis Fudge. Too many options, not enough defense, and this El Dorado team definitely overmatched tonight.
Christensen with a good snap, Dakin with a good hold, and Rhodey with a good kick. He's 7 for 7 on PATs. That touchdown brought to you by the Man Cave. 923 Lincoln Way in Auburn. Thanks to owner Christopher Kirshner for sponsoring high school football here on KAHI. Let's get a quick 30-second break in, then back with more. 49-0 Placer, 11:06 left in the second.
For all your heating and air conditioning needs, make it Mackey. Mackey is a proud supporter of Placer High School football. From now through the end of the Placer football season, Mackey Heating and Air is offering all Hillman supporters a $50 discount on any service. Just ask for the Placer Hillman $50 discount. And Mackey proudly installs quiet, cool, whole house fans. Call Mackey Heating and Air at 530-885-3449 or 916-782-9242 or visit MackeyAir.com. And remember to ask for the Placer Hillman $50 discount.
You're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on 104.5 FM and AM 950 KAHI.
4 plays, 51 yards, a minute 2. Hillman 49-0 with 11:06 to go in the second quarter. Once again, here's Casey.
So, Dave said it, 49-0 here the score. Our studio producer, Tariq Ansari, running the KAHI Sports Twitter. Give us a follow on there. You'll get some gems like this. Did Michael Stuck write the 60s folk rock hit, Stuck in the Middle with You? No, but he just threw a great touchdown pass. The Hillmen are up 21-0, and that's obviously, 4 scores ago. 49-0. They're talking to the El Dorado team. What's going to happen here eventually, folks, is a running clock, but we're not going to project when that will happen. Again, safety first. Want to make sure everybody's okay. If your pride's hurt, that's okay, but we want to see an injury-free football game.
I was almost afraid they were going to throw in the white flag and just pack it up and call it a day as they were standing over there. I wonder if that's what the coaches were discussing. You guys want to play this game or not?
Well, I just hope Max Preps doesn't knock us down any rankings for if something like that happens, because, you could see a record tonight. The record for Hillman football was 77 points many years ago against Rio Americano. It's already 49-0 here early in the second quarter. This one's going to be fielded by, let's see, I believe that's Hamburg again. Now, Hamburg finding a little bit of crease and moving it upfield. Let me double check that number. Hard to see over there.
It was Hamburg.
Okay, so Hamburg takes it up to the Hillman 45. So the best starting field position for the Cougars tonight, moving from right to left here in this second quarter, trailing 49-0. I was going to say 7 touchdowns to none, just to make it a little bit easier.
And that's the way we used to play it on the schoolyard, right? You say it wasn't the number of points, it was the number of touchdowns. Same thing with buckets. You're going to play first to 15, got to win by 2. Well, we're the first to 7, and if you have to win by 2, we win.
All right, some more rotations here on defense. Andy Alvarez in for the Hillman at cornerback. In fact, wholesale changes. We'll get to them here in just a little bit. This time it's going to be a handoff going to Cordero, and the defense is there and ready. A couple of Hillmen in on that tackle. Mitchell Moore joined by Ryan Arnell, and that is going to be a loss of 1. So a good job there on defense.
And I think Austin Mater was also in on that tackle playing some defensive end. He's still in the ball game. He's number 5'6".
We also have in there on the line Matthew Maloney, number 63, playing defensive tackle. Number 52, Evan Robinson, playing on the defensive end here on the near side. Actually, check that. He's at linebacker. We have Zarin Fuller in there at linebacker as well. And we'll keep setting these as we go. Kelly with the handoff, going over left guard. And maybe the best play of the game so far. Best run for sure by Branson Kirby, taking it into Hillman territory. That's going to be a gain of 7. 7 yards to Placer 49. And it will bring up at least 3rd and manageable for this Cougar offense.
Yeah, 3rd and about long 4, short 5. We'll see if they go back to the air. It's been disastrous so far. My guess is they're going to keep this football on the ground.
Sergio Ramirez in at the other corner. And we'll keep setting these players as long as they keep rotating them in. Wiggum remains in the game. And also back there is Ryan Arnell at safety, the starting safety. So Kelly ready to go here on 3rd and 4 from midfield. And it's going to be a handoff, and a first down is gained by El Dorado. Nice job of hard running there. Once again, number 23, Branson Kirby, taking it from the Hillman 49 down to the 43-yard line. So a gain of 6 and a first down for the Cougs.
So good drive, first down of the game for the Cougars. So they're trying to get something going on here, trying to get their feet set, trying to get at least some manageable snaps, get some reps in. They've got their league season starting. They'll see teams that they're going to be able to handle in league. Not going to see a team quite like the one they're looking at tonight.
2 receivers up top, a single back to the right of Kelly, and he'll hand it off to that back. And once again, number 23 running hard. He's got some daylight there inside the 30 and down near the 25-yard line. Hard running by Branson Kirby, taking it from the 43 all the way down to the 25-yard line. So a gain of 18 by Branson Kirby, and another first down for El Dorado, trailing 49-0 with 9 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice trap up front by his line. He got in between those 2 blocks, got into the second level, beat a linebacker, and then finally got dragged down by Ryan Arnell coming over from his defensive back position.
So they're going to pull Kelly out of the game and enter Cordero. They've also got another running back, number 32, who's entered for them. That is
Gerardo
Patino. 5'2" and a $170. I like that for a fullback here in high school football. We'll see if they get it to him. And it's going to be a pitch, once again going to number 23, Branson Kirby. And Kirby this time taking it from the Hillman 25 down to the 22-yard line. So a gain of 3, and kind of clouded by the white jerseys. Hard for me to get an exact number on there. A few Hillman on the Hillman. We'll credit Ramirez there for the Hillman with the big tackle. 2nd down and 7 upcoming from the 22-yard line, with El Dorado moving from right to left.
Yeah, best sustained drive so far of the evening for the Cougars. Let's see if they can keep it going.
They bring Kelly back in at quarterback. Now he's got Cordero flanked to his left. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 up top. Handed off to Cordero going over the right side. And Cordero finds some room and is able to pick up a first down, taking it from the Hillman 22 all the way down to the 12-yard line. 10-yard gain there. Nice job.
Evan Robinson coming from the linebacker, actually guard position, offensive linebacker position. Outside linebacker, I should say, and he finally got over there to pull him down. What was the gain on that?
I'll call it 7. Okay, we'll call it 7. Sorry. I said it. I know I said it.
I know you did.
1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Got, let's see, 2 receivers here on the near side. It's going to be a handoff going straight ahead. Not much doing there. A little bit of wiggle room, but not much for number 4, Kai Cordero.
So they're going to give Cordero 2 on that one.
So the ball now at the 10-yard line, or right around there. You have to put it on the 10. The Hillman again continuing to rotate in a lot of defenders. I like to see that. We want to make sure everybody that's practicing hard gets a chance to play when the situation in the game allows. 2 receivers now to the near side, single receiver up top, and Kelly back there in the pistol once again with Cordero to his left. Placer coming strong, going right at Cordero, and a good job of gang tackling there by the Hillman. The lead tackler on that play, number 65, Jackson Sabins. Good job there. That one's going to go down to the 8-yard line, gain of 3. Evan Robinson helping out on that tackle as well. 3rd down and 6 now for El Dorado from the Hillman 9-yard line. So you can get a 1st and goal to go, but you do have a little bit of room you got to make up here.
And this is definitely 4-and-go territory.
Absolutely.
As is everything pretty much in the rest of the night for the Cougars, especially when they're in Placer territory.
Same look on offense here with Kelly awaiting the snap of the gun. Takes the 3-step drop, throws it over the middle, and the pass is caught for the touchdown. Touchdown El Dorado. Tyson Hamburg off the arm of Danny Bell. So that's going to be a 8-yard touchdown, and now on the board for the first time, the El Dorado Cougars. 49-6 our score with 6:30 left here in the first quarter.
Man, so much for thoughts of a shutout tonight.
Shutouts hard to come by in high school football, aren't they?
You leave that first string defense in there, and they don't move the ball down as quickly as they did right there. You've got wholesale substitutions going on for the most part now for the Hillman. I like it. I like the fact that they're putting in those guys, giving them the reps, and giving El Dorado a chance to work on some things that they're going to need down the line in their league.
All right, big number 66 is the kicker here. Corey Thomas.
5'10", no weight listed.
He's a big boy. Number 8 will have the hold. That's Bonikin. Here's the snap, and the kick is up and through. So our new score, oh, Jacob Hunt, check that. That's Jacob Hunt is the kicker. I had conflicting rosters here in front of me. Either way, we know the score, 49-7 Hillman with 6:30 left in the second quarter here on Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
The Newcastle Area Business Association is a proud sponsor of Placer Hillman football on KAHI.
Go Hillman!
For over 30 years, NABA has awarded Newcastle area high school students with scholarships. Funds for the scholarships come from the NABA Mountain Mandarin Festival, and the festival is celebrating its 25th anniversary the weekend before Thanksgiving, November 16th through 18th. For more information on the Newcastle Area Business Association, stop by newcastleareabusiness.com.
And welcome back to the KAHI Studios with another game break. I'm Targan. Sorry. Well, a few scores from around the league. Del Oro up 28-0 on Granite Bay. Folsom, oh my goodness, that's a smacking right there. They're up 43-6 on Oak Ridge. And Rockland up 14-7 on Whitney. Let's go right out to Casey and Dave with the call for what is surely a close game out on the hill.
Nice little drive that time by the Cougars. 9 plays, 55 yards, 429. Key play of the drive, the 8-yard touchdown pass from Bell to Hamburg from 8 yards out. And they get on the board to put up a 7.
Well, Kai Cordero is a man of many talents, and this time his talent is kicking off the ball. Back deep for the Hillman for the first time tonight.
Good kick.
Our O'Neal and Maldonado. Maldonado fielding it at his 5-yard line, bringing it across the near side, 10, 15, 20. Block set up in front, 30, out to the 40, looking to set up that final block, cross midfield, and a good job of tackling there. Boy, we've got to credit that kid. Jorge Maldonado taking it into Cougar territory. The tackle made by number 22, Sebastian Carrasco. Placer will have it 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. It looks like they're going to put it down.
So that's the Eldo 46.
6:19 left here in the first half. Hey, a big KAHI shout out to all the Placer Junior Hillmen enjoying the varsity Hillman game tonight. They're in their jerseys in the crowd. They're excited about their home opener on this very field tomorrow. 8 and under starts at 10 a.m., 10 and under at 12, 12 and under at 2 p.m., and the 8th graders at 4. Football all weekend here at Lefevre Stadium. Thanks for the tweet there from the Placer Junior Hillman, enjoying the Hillman's 49-7 lead here.
By the way,
on KAHI.
Bunch of new players in the game for the Hillman. Stepping in at quarterback, number 15, Samuel Bender. I want to say it was at 33, Drew Vincent.
That was Jesse Jordan, number 32.
32.
Taking the ball from the 46 down to the 41. So, inside the 40. That's going to be a 9-yard gain there for Mr. Jordan, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 1 from the El Dorado 36.
You're going to earn your pay now part because everybody's new.
Okay, we'll get the names as we go along here. Good to see a lot of new faces in there. Keller takes the snap. It's a fake, and now it's a handoff going to Drew over the left side. And Vincent, nice job of running it there. Tackle made by Ian Deal. Vincent taking it from the 36 down to the 26-yard line. So a gain of 10 and another 1st down for the Hillman.
So basically the numbers and the names changed, but the results remain the same. The Hillman's still moving the football.
Okay, so let's continue to set it. As Dave mentioned, Keller's in there. We've mentioned Jordan. We've mentioned Vincent. In at tight end, number 42. That's Mitchell Moore. Here's the snap, and this one's going straight ahead over center. Nice job of hard running there by number 22, Jacob Mason. 8-yard gain there, and it will bring up 2nd down and 2. So, 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Placer with a lot of new rotations in and leading 49-7. Actually taking some more time in the huddle. Maybe it's because it's some guys that haven't played as much, or more importantly, they're trying to keep this clock running already with this big 6-touchdown lead. Snap to Keller, hand it off, and going straight ahead with a nice hard run. I believe that's, double check, I think it's Mason. Is it 22? Mason, yeah, Jacob Mason with that carry and taking it.
They're going to credit Jordan with the carry.
Okay, we'll credit Jordan there. They're lined up next to each other, by the way. One's in the fullback and one's in the running back position. I don't know. We'll go with the booth here. And 1st and goal now for the Hillmen at the 10-yard line. Following that big gain there, I believe that was a gain of 12. Now this one is going to be going around the far side. Vincent pushing towards the end zone. And is he in? He's in! Touchdown, Hillman! Good job of running there by Drew Vincent. Good job of the line getting out there and blocking. A 10-yard touchdown burst gives the Hillman a 55-7 lead here. 4:15 left in the second quarter. good hard running. The wing T works. You put the kids in there, they know how to execute, they score.
Well, you know, your team is, your second team is usually playing scout against the first. They could be playing scout D against the first team O. So these kids get good snaps in practice. It's just good to see that they're getting game time play. Again, as we say, you never know what's going to happen in the course of a 10, 11, 12, 14 game season. And Joey's smart, getting some kids in there, giving them some PT. You might need them down the line.
56-7 our score. That Hillman touchdown brought to you by the Man Cave, 923 Lincoln Way in Auburn. Check them out on Facebook. Tark, let's just keep it right here so we can catch our breath. We've seen 8 Hillman touchdowns here in the first half. The Placer record for scoring 77 against Rio Americano, and we'll see if they're able to get near that here in the second half. Assuredly we're going to have a running clock.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they don't get near that 77 in the second half, just for sportsmanship's sake. That's just my take on that. I'd rather see these guys come out, play hard, and all of them get a chance.
Look at me, Dave and I trying to juggle with iPhone chargers here. And at halftime, Tark's going to have an extended show for you because it is Hillman homecoming, and there's going to be a lot of activity going on here at Lefebvre. Activity in Folsom is Folsom destroying Oak Ridge 49-6.
Boy, you and I talking last night after I did the segment with you on the show, and we both had our idea of what the possibilities of that game would be, and I think we're about half of what we thought.
Folsom, the big dogs on the block, 2 of the finest teams in the foothills. You're hearing one in action right here. Another one is in Granite Bay, dominating Del Oro 28-0 at halftime, blanking the home team. And Center and Lincoln just underway, first quarter, no score there yet. Rhodey ready to kick it off. The Hillman leading 56-7, 4:15 left here. And the ball once again is going to be fielded by Hamburg, who takes it out across the 15 and looking to dance out towards the sidelines, driven out by a couple of Hillman there, 26-yard line. So Evan Robinson pushes him out of bounds. 1st and 10, Hillman ready to go here. Nevada Union leading at River City 14-0. Miners looking to get themselves a win. Bear River and Encina Prep scoreless in the first quarter. No score yet between Colfax and Union Mine as well.
That's surprising. I thought Colfax would have scored by now, and same thing on that Encina game.
Rio Americano and Jesuit all tied up at 7 apiece in the second quarter.
Go Raiders.
Antelope leading Yuba City 7-6. And Wood Creek, Tarek's alma mater, destroying Roseville. They're about to be on a 3-game losing streak. It's 36-0 Timberwolves.
That's right.
Second quarter. Yeah, enjoy it, Tarek. Your team having a resurgent year.
Yeah, we've never made the playoffs before in our history, so let's do it.
There you go. All right.
Screen pass.
Yeah, it's going to be a screen pass dumped off there to Cordero, and Cordero able to make a lot out of that, taking it from the 26 all the way up to the 42-yard line. So that's going to be a nice big gain there. 16 yards and a first down for the Cougars. Evan Robinson in on the tackle. As far as the line, you got Michael Callis in there, also Matthew Maloney for the Hillman. We'll continue to tell you about the defense as we move along here. Here's the snap, and this time the ball going over the right side. See, that was 23, I believe.
And probably
Branson Kirby taking it from the 42 up to the, taking it for a gain of 3. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. Gain of 3. Out to the 42.
I'm busy here scrambling, trying to figure out, make sure we're getting the mentions about all these guys that we don't get to see as often, and it's a great thing to see, especially on homecoming. Really speaks to the spirit of high school football and gamesmanship, and Coach Montoya getting a lot of players, a lot of playing time. They're going to give him 4 on that, bringing up 2nd down and 6 from the 41. Back under center is Bell. He's got 2 backs behind him, and he's going to hand it to the up back, and that's going to be Branson Kirby. Kirby able to scamper forward for a couple of yards, taking it from the 41 up to the 43. So a gain of 2 by Kirby.
And it brings up 3rd and your choice. You want to try a draw play, you want to try something misdirection, or do you want to take your chances and put the ball in the air again here?
Fuller and Callis in on the tackle. 3rd down and 4 upcoming from the 43-yard line for El Dorado. The ball on the far hash with the Cougars moving from right to left here and trying to build some momentum here, trying to score their 2nd touchdown of this contest with Placer leading 56-7. Bell back under center. He's got Kirby behind him, 2 receivers here to the near side, single receiver up top. And now he'll go under center and hand it off to Kirby. And Kirby pushes his way forward. It's going to be short. It's going to be short of the first down. The tackle made there by Arnell and Evan Robinson. So that's going to be a gain of 3, and it will bring up 4th down and about 2 to go.
4th and 2. And, at this point of the game, with 2 minutes to go and counting here in this quarter, go for it.
Absolutely. We'll call it 4th and 1, the ball at the 46-yard line. El Dorado taking their time to make sure they get this play right because you certainly don't want to give it right back to the Hillman offense. All right, so ready to go here on 4th down. This time it's going to be Cordero at the QB position, maybe just a QB sneak coming here. We'll see. And now he'll fake it, and now he's looking to find some room, and he does not, but he does.
Yeah, he does.
Second effort, nice second effort run there by Cordero, taking it into Hillman territory.
7 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be a gain of 7 and a first down for the Cougars. Actually evaded the tackler. The tackler kind of grabbed him and slipped off. Maybe some Vaseline or WD-40 out there on the
Something
field.
going on out there. He just kind of flew off of him, but that's all right. Again, I like to see these kids get a little sustained momentum, get a little confidence in themselves, because they too will have a league season coming up just around the corner.
So the ball at the 48-yard line of the Hillman, $1:15 left here in the first half. And they will have Bell come back in at quarterback with Kirby to his right. 2 receivers here to the near side, handed off to Kirby, trying to find some room over the far side. Able to elude the first tackler and then push his way out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So a gain of 2 yards there. Nice hard run in by Kirby, and he had to run hard because, again, the Hillman tacklers were there just kind of slipping through some tackles.
Yeah, they're chasing. They didn't knock him out of bounds either. Oh, yes, they didn't, because the clock continues to run.
Well, it was tackled right there near the boundary line, but the clock will continue to tick with 42 seconds left here in a fast-moving first half of play. I mean, we kick this bad boy off at 7:30. That's going to be a single hour for a half of football. Kind of a rarity in this business.
Hard to believe with, 63 points scored in the half. It's still done in an hour.
Back under center is Bell, 2 backs behind. Now he'll motion the slot receiver, and they will hand it off to Cordero. Cordero looking for room over right tackle. Able to push his way inside the 45-yard line. Just a gain of 1, though.
I'm chuckling.
Or 44, gain of 2.
Jesse Jordan decided he wanted it on that late. He just kind of jumped up over the top.
So Cordero picks it up for 2. Jesse Jordan did get himself in on the tackle.
Got a little airborne there at the end onto the pile.
And El Dorado will take a timeout here with 7 seconds left. The Hail Mary is a-coming. Coach Redardi out there talking with the boys just to make sure they knock it down, as you've been told from the time you start playing football at 8 years old.
Yeah, so send a couple guys back, send your safeties back deep, give them the middle of the field, and make sure everybody comes up and covers if they go under. Band getting ready to come out, Dave Lawrence's big band, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be a fun time. Thanks so much to our sponsors tonight, Matt Spokley for Auburn City Council, the U.S. Air Force, Newcastle Area Business Association, Auburn Ford, River Valley Community Bank, Keith Thomas, State Farm Insurance, Robinson Sand and Gravel, our friends at Mackey Heating and Air, and Truck Smart is in there as well as Mel's Diner. We'll get you the player of the game at the end, and our newest sponsor, Depot Bay Coffee Roasters at 983 High Street, all proud sponsors of Hillman football.
If you want to get in on second half packages, advertisers, give us a call at KAHI. Again, 885-5636, extension 15 will get you in touch with Mark Evans, and we'd be happy to get you on as a sponsor. Thanks to all our great sponsors for helping us bring you the sights and sounds of Friday Night Lights right here on KAHI Radio. We live for this stuff, and we know you're enjoying it out there. Thank you for being with us. With a score 56-7 Placer. 3rd down and 5 now for El Dorado with 7 seconds left. They've got Cordero back there in the quarterback position. That play didn't work, and that's going to be the last play of the half as he is dropped for a loss. Robinson in on the tackle. Coach Fuller was out there as well. Driven back to his 47-yard line. So a 3-yard loss there ends the first half of play. A fast-moving first half of play. 56-7. My goodness, Placer with the lead here. We're going to take a break. It's going to be a little bit longer of a halftime. They put 20 minutes on the clock. I'm expecting about 25. So we will take a quick break, send you back to KAHI Studios. We've got Tariq Ansari there, our producer, who will take you through everything happening around the world of sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Hillman Marching Band and cheerleaders. Please direct your attention to the track as we introduce the 2018 Placer High Homecoming Court. First, your freshman Prince and Princess. Ava Lee.
The second half to begin play in the third quarter. Kai Cordero is going to kick it off for El Dorado. And this one probably should not take very long. This one's going to be fielded. And a nice job of running here hard by Kane Martin, bringing it up across 35-40, up the midfield and into El Dorado territory. Didn't step out of bounds, continues to grind those legs all the way down to the El Dorado 32-yard line. Nice job. Give Kane Martin an opportunity to return the ball, and he takes it all the way from his own 10 to the El Dorado 32, where Placer will take over with 11:40 left here in the second half, or in the third quarter.
Clock is running. It's going to continue to run. I think they'll only stop at 4 touchdowns and the switching of the sides in the field, but the clock will run the entirety of the second half, and I'm here to tell you that is a good thing right now.
So we're going to see a lot of Sam Bender here in the second
My question is, will we see Sam Bender throw the football? With the 56-7 lead, I'm going to say most likely not.
And we'll continue to set the players as we get going here. In the backfield, Jesse Jordan and Drew Vincent. We've also got a new receiver, Nathan Russell. This one is going to be a handoff going across the far side and not much doing there for Mr. Jordan. In fact, he may have lost a yard. We'll see. Yeah, they're going to take it back a yard. So a loss of 1 there. Second down and 11 upcoming here for the Hillmen.
Card, you are not kidding about those uniform numbers. They are near impossible to tell. I'm going to guess that was Kai Cordero on the stop.
Yeah, I will too. I mean, folks, you know we like to make sure we mention all the kids' names, especially for our visitors who are listening to the broadcast, just in case they don't get to hear another radio play-by-play call of their team. But El Dorado with white uniforms, white numbers, barely outlined in royal blue, makes it very difficult to see the defenders who are making the tackles. Hillman here with another handoff, and emerging from the pile once again is Jordan. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, no gain, so third down and 11 upcoming here for the Hillmen.
Well, that's the closest that
check that
El Dorado's come for a stop today. I think he got back to the original line of scrimmage on that.
You're right. So let's give him a couple of yards and bring up third down, 10, 11, right in that wheelhouse kind of area. We'll see if the Hillmen maybe want to throw the ball and let Bender put it up in the air. Probably not. Bender under center, 2 backs behind. Going to fake the handoff, and now coming around the near side is number 32, Jesse Jordan, with a little bit of room, and he's going to be able to pick himself up a first down, driving inside the Cougar 20, down roughly at the 15-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 18 yards. Nice hard running there by Jesse Jordan, making the most of his opportunities.
Well, Jesse's only got 3 carries, but he's got 39 yards on those 3 carries. So they're doing a good job, and that was, of course, that patented sweep play. Take everything to the inside, off tackle. The next thing you know, you hand it off at the hip, and it comes around the end, and there's your 12-yard gain for the first down.
Okay, check that. I guess we've got Mason in on that carry, so I do apologize. The numbers blending here with the white jerseys that were making the tackle. It is a 15-yard gain, and now Bender ready to go under center, handed off to number 32. Jesse Jordan going straight ahead. Jordan taking it from the 16 to the 15, so a gain of 1.
So Jacob Mason on that previous carry then for
correct.
18?
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
correct. For 18. Couple of defenders in on the tackle there. Noah Case, Branson Kirby. Second down and 9 upcoming here with Placer moving from left to right and a commanding 56-7 lead with the running clock here in this third quarter of play.
Stepping into the game for the Hillman number 80, Caden Espedel, coming in at a receiver spot. He'll be out to the far side of the field.
So Bender under center, single back behind. And they're going to fake it, and now coming back across the other side of the field with some room in front of him, Andy Alvarez with the carry, number 2. And he's going to take it inside the 10 and near, well, right to the 10-yard line. So we'll give him a gain of 5, and it will bring up a third down and 4. Number 2, Andy Alvarez, getting his first carry of the year for the Placer Hillman.
I have no room for Andy Alvarez.
Well, you can mark it on my sheet here.
Alvarez. How many did you give him? 5 on that one?
5 yards on that one.
Okay.
Third and 4 upcoming from the 10-yard line. As Bender is ready to go, breaks the huddle, 2 backs behind. Here's the snap. Fake it to the up back, now give it to the tailback, who's going to have plenty of room to head into the end zone. Touchdown, Hillman. Jacob Mason running hard over right guard. Got himself a touchdown, and Placer extending this lead to 62-7, 10 yards on the dial.
You know, and just in the course of play, the way this game is going, there's a really good chance the Hillman could approach that school record of 77 points. Just by playing the game. Now, we do have the running clock where we're getting approaching 7 minutes and 30 seconds. The clock continues to run, and I believe they will stop it after this PAT attempt. We'll take a look at that.
The attempt is up and inside the right upright. So 63-7 our new score.
And they are not stopping the clock even on change of possession. Tarek is just going to continue to run.
Yeah, Tarek, in my ear if you could, how are we doing on commercials there, bud? Because this one's going to move pretty fast. We'll keep it here with the clock running here in the third quarter. 7 minutes left now. Okay. Well, we'll make sure we get the breaks in as much as we can. This with the running clock. I mean, we still get the minute break.
Right. They're just going to take the time
out.
between. We could take the break and we'll just come back with far less time on the clock than you would think.
Well, you're going to want to hear highlights of this one. We'll have the game audio posted, I promise, by tomorrow or Sunday at KAHI.com. We got a new feature page on KAHI.com. Click on that Placer helmet right there on the front page and take a look at some excellent images courtesy of our field photographer, Thaddeus Tosti. We've got the first 3 games uploaded. I'll have Vista and tonight's contest loaded for you up on Monday. And enjoy that. Thaddeus doing a good job for us, and we appreciate him.
I'll tell you, some of those field level shots of these guys are just stupendous. You can really see the grit and the grind and the wanna from these players when they're just down at field level, especially some of those shots of Grossman coming right up the middle, right at you. I mean, who wants to step in front of those grinding knees any time of the game? I'm too old for that, and even if I was young, I'd be scared.
All right, ready to go here with Rhodey teeing it up and kicking it off with 6 minutes left here in the second quarter. This one's going to be fielded by number 22, Sebastian Carrasco, up across the 20, out to the 25, and tackled at the 27-yard line, where it is going to be first and 10 for El Dorado, trailing 63-7 with under 6 minutes left.
You know, I've not been in the Hillman training room. I wonder if they have one of those big tubs that they fill with ice. Because I'm thinking Zach Rhodey's going to have to, he's going to have to definitely ice that leg down tonight.
9 for 9 on PATs. The young man having a great season.
He's just swinging that left leg, I'll tell you what.
He certainly is. All right, so El Dorado ready to go here. Let's see if they remain with Bell at quarterback. That they do. He's in the pistol. He's got a single back to his right. He'll hand it off to Kirby. And Kirby met and then brought down by a few Hillmen. A couple Hillmen on the tackle. Keith Messerall and Jackson Sabins. He's going to pick up a gain of 3 is Mr. Kirby, number 23.
Kirby's having a pretty good night for a team that's not generating a whole lot of offense.
And a quick shout out our producer Tarek. Sorry with these tweets that keep coming out here. I love this. Man, Placer must be a fan of Depeche Mode. You just can't get enough of scoring TDs because of them. Everything counts in large amounts. Talk about a double dip of prog rock from the 80s. Well done, my friend. Give us a follow on at KAHI Sports if you would, folks. We'll keep you updated on Hillman information throughout the course of this season. One of the finest season starts that Placer's ever had in its illustrious history. And it's rolling tonight 63-7 with 4.5 minutes left here. Bell back in the pistol, 2 receivers up top. He's going to fake it to Kirby, now throw it out there to the far side. The catch is made by number 21, Kai Schaefer, and Schaefer able to take it up past the 35-yard line. They'll put it up to 36, so a gain of, oh no, put it at 35, so a gain of 5 there for Schaefer. Drew Vincent helping out with the tackle there. 3rd down and 1 upcoming for the Cougars with 4 minutes left here. And Placer leading 63-7. El Dorado moving from right to left.
7 out of 10 now for Danny Bell. And that'll be 25 yards in total on those 7 catches.
Michael Callis in there at defensive tackle. And we'll keep getting you the names here of the defenders that are playing. This is going to be a pitch that's almost fumbled by Kirby. He recovers just in time to be hit by Mr. Callis right there.
I think he got that first down.
They're going to put him up to the 38-yard line, so a gain of 3 and a first down.
Could have been a disaster the way that ball was bouncing around back there in the backfield, but it came down into his hands, and he pushes it across to increase his rushing total to close to 60 yards now. He has basically been the offense for the Cougars this evening.
1st and 10 Hillman at the Cougars at the 38-yard line. Ball on the far hash, and they will stick with Bell at quarterback. He's got a single back, actually 2 backs behind him, and they are split a little bit. Here's the snap. Fake it to the tailback, and now he's going to throw it over to the far side. A little bit too much mustard there. Intended for Kirby at the 40. It sails out of bounds. In the area on coverage, very interesting, number 75, Clayton Bonner. That's being a linebacker right there, taking on that running back.
Yeah, I didn't realize the size of Danny Bell. Taking a look at him, he's only a junior, but he comes in at 6'5", 200 pounds. So you want to talk about prototypical NFL quarterback size. He's already approaching that. Probably have to put on another 35, 40 pounds to be one of those 6'5", 240 guys.
Okay, so Bell now will take it up under center. Single back Cordero behind him. 2 receivers to the near side. He's going to hand it off to Cordero. And Cordero met. And once again, number 75, Clayton Bonner with a nice tackle there after a 2-yard gain for Cordero. Oh, and you got to love this scene here as the gold mine puts that green chalk up in the air, a la LeBron James. They're celebrating already. And it's 63-7. Plenty of celebrating to do on homecoming, Hillman homecoming 2000.
We got to ask Dan if there's a dance after the game. Do they do that tomorrow night? Tomorrow night. Okay, so the homecoming dance will be tomorrow, so all the kids can go home, they can get scrubbed up, get that football look off of them, get out there in their nice dress, maybe throw a bow tie on and get out there and step it a little bit at the homecoming dance.
Adrian Monroe, the near side cornerback defender, in for the Hillman as Bell awaits in the pistol. Take it to Cordero. Now he's going to be drop back, and he's going to fumble the ball as well. Placer's going to recover, picking it up and heading towards the end zone. Let's see if they blew it dead. They should not have blown that play dead. My goodness.
The ground might have caused the fumble there.
Jesse Jordan picked it up. The sack was, I believe, Bonner again. I mean, that was a great effort play. Let's see who they're celebrating with there. Okay, 54, Callis is the one who got in there and got the pressure. And it is now 4th down and 14. I don't know, Dave. I mean, I got the specs on right here. I'm not on the field with the rest, but it looked like it was a little closer. Maybe just blowing the whistle.
You know, he was going on his way down. I'm not sure when he hit the ground, that's when the ball popped out. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, considering it's 63-7.
Fair enough. Empty in the backfield here for the Hillman, awaiting the punt. Handled by Kai Schaefer. He's going to kick it into Hillman territory, and it'll take a bounce for a couple of yards down to the 30. Let's see if they put it.
35.
Yeah, 35-yard line, where Placer will have it 1st down and 10. Well, after the show, if you like what you heard at halftime, Tarek will take you through a lot of scores. There's a lot of games that are still in progress. With the running clock, we're going to finish well before the majority of the Valley and Foothill teams. So we'll keep you updated on what's happening around here, and just let them go. I mean, have some fun, my friend, because everybody up here on the hill is having fun with a 63-7 lead. And Placer back on offense as we approach the end of the 3rd quarter. In at receiver for the Hillmen, Kane Martin on the near side, 2 backs behind. And this one is going to be a handoff, and it's going to number 22, Jacob Mason, bringing it around the near side. And Mason, a nice run there on 1st down, taking it from the 35 up near 1st down territory. We'll give him a gain of 9, and that should be the last play of this 3rd quarter. What a homecoming here on the hill. Placer leading 63-7 as we get ready for the fourth quarter of play. That'll happen on the other side of this break. Casey and Dave with you here in the Fever, enjoying ourselves. Hope you are too. It's Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
All right, I want to ask you something, but you have to promise not to laugh at me.
Okay, what?
Do you think the State Farm jingle really works?
Like, for real? Like, if you sing the jingle, will your agent actually appear and help you out? Yeah, of course it works. I saw it on the internet.
Proud to be a Hillman neighbor at 1233 High Street and a sponsor of KAHI's high school football coverage this season. Keith Thomas, State Farm Insurance.
This is Bob Hayden, a 1961 Placer graduate. I encourage Auburn to re-elect Matt Spokley for Auburn City Council. I've gotten to know Matt. He's a man of integrity and a father of 2 Placer-Hillman daughters. He'll work hard to fix our roads, boost our local economy, and keep police and fire safety a top priority. An experienced leader, Matt's built a business, raised a family, and he's invested in Auburn. Please re-elect Matt Spokley.
I'm Matt Spokley, and I approve this message. Campaign ID 1262839.
This is Blake Bachman, class of 2019 offensive line, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
Welcome back. Casey and Dave with you here. Let's flip sides of the field. Placer now moving from right to left to conclude this football game here in the fourth quarter with a commanding 63-7 lead. Second down and 1 upcoming from their 44-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff and a first down and more.
Moves.
Good job running there by Jacob Mason, showing some nifty moves, taking it from the Hillman 44 all the way down to the 43-yard line of El Dorado. They'll put it at the 44. Give him a gain of 10 and a first down for the Hillman. By the way, we had a kickoff a little bit ago, and I forgot to mention that our friends over at Auburn Trophies and More, Ken and Katie Osborne at 1221 Grass Valley Highway, are
bringing that one back.
Oh, we have a penalty, which we have not seen yet. Oh, we only seen a couple
first
times.
flag of the night?
There was one other false start earlier.
Like a holding on that?
Yeah, there's a hold. So wipe that 10-yard gain off the board for Mr. Mason. Second down and 8 upcoming, so we'll give him a deuce.
Yep.
And the clock continues to run. Placer now with the ball at their own 42-yard line.
And again, clock continues to run here as we approach inside of 11 minutes.
Sam Bender under center.
Another flag.
Another flag.
Maybe a motion penalty.
And they were going to run that same play to the other side. Jacob Mason, they were trying to run it to the short side of the field, but a penalty upcoming, which is going to make it second down and 13.
Boy, I look at these varsity guys, the first team guys on the sideline, they're chomping at the bit. Come on, coach, let me go back in. Come on, coach, let me go back in.
Well, if Placer somehow has to punt here, you know who we want to see in there. Big number 74,
Oh,
the
yeah.
backup punter, as he's known.
I really don't want to see that. I don't want to see him go to punt the ball and pull a muscle.
Fair.
Yeah, can you see them going for the punt and pulling a hammy?
Yeah.
How upset would Coach
Especially
Montoya
after
be?
not playing for so long.
Right. How upset would Coach Montoya be about that?
Well, we got a lot of love for Joey Capra, and he is the backup punter. In fact, on our KAHI page, I've got a great shot of him punting the ball in full extension. You don't see that very often from a big lineman who's headed to Division I football up there at Oregon come fall.
Wow.
Or next fall.
That's probably got to be, one of the biggest punters on record.
I think so. All right, following the 5-yard penalty, second and 13 for the
Russell
Hillman.
Erksleben. Wasn't he about that size?
He was.
He was a big man.
Ball at the 32-yard line. Here's the handoff. This time they're going to hand it off to number 33, Drew Vincent. Bringing it around the near side with some room.
Wow.
Nice job of running there. Needed 13.
Really close to that first down.
He got 12 and a half.
All
maybe
of that.
13,
They're giving
all
it
of
to
it.
him.
First down. Nice hard running there by Drew Vincent. Good job by the linemen blocking up there as well, including Evan Robinson and Michael Callis. Nice big hole for Drew to run through, and he got himself a first down.
Hey, by the way, listeners, say you are basically listening to the future right now of Placer Hillman football. The guys that are in the game right now are the guys that we're going to be calling a lot of, because you've got 17 seniors on the team this season.
Okay, so Bender breaks the huddle, back under center. Here's the snap. He's going to take a 3-step drop. He's going to throw it out there to the far side. A little too much mustard on there. Ball intended for Kane Martin, and it will sail to the turf. So third down and 10 upcoming.
I'm kind of stunned. I'm kind of stunned that they threw the ball.
Well, I guess, knowing that the clock's not going to stop regardless, you can do that if you want.
Sure.
And, you want to give Sam a chance to get out there and get a little bit loose, especially if he's called the
Yeah,
national.
if something happens to Mike, then he's going to have to be the guy that's going to come in there.
Okay, quick shout out to his dad, Nick, too. Nick, thanks for the follow on Twitter at KAHI Sports. Appreciate you. And Nick checking in with us last week saying, hey, where's that Vista audio at? I apologize. We didn't have it. This week we will have this game up. No problem. Bender takes a snap, and it's a delayed handoff. Nice fake there. And heading into El Dorado territory with a nice big gain is number 33. That's going to be Drew Vincent, taking it from the Hillman 45 all the way down to the 42-yard line of El Dorado. Gain of 13, first down Hillman.
Second straight 13-yard rip for Vincent right there, but it was the head and shoulder fakes. Two nice ones, one to the outside dipping in, the other one to the inside dipping out. They got him an extra 5-6 yards on the back end of that total of 13.
Checking into the game, Caden Espadal at receiver here on the near side. Platzer with the ball, 1st and 10 at the El Dorado 42, ball on the near hash, and Hillman moving from right to left. Bender under center, single back behind, he's going to hand it off, and finding some room over the right side with a nice hard run. Jesse Jordan taking it from the 42 down to the 33-yard line. Yeah, 33-yard line. Give it 8 on that, and it'll bring up second and very manageable.
32 yards for Jordan in the contest in limited action. Came in real late with about 8 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Made his first entry and his first carry into the game. But these backup running backs, much like their first-string guys ahead of them, you just don't know where to go. You don't know which guy to key on. You can't key on anyone in particular. I see Brad Bishop there giving a nice low 5 to Drew Vincent after that run.
And here's the handoff. Coming around the near side is Jesse Jordan. And Jordan able to take it from the 34-yard line down to the 31. So that'll be a gain of 3 for
and a first down.
Jordan, and another first down for the Hillman. And look at the hero of the night, Brad Smith, our engineer, coming by with a burger for me.
And a Diet Dr. Pepper for me. Yay.
Brad and his niece Lila, on-site engineering, they're the best. They don't even let Dave and I touch the equipment. They're so good, we can't get near it, and we appreciate it. 1st and 10, ball at the 31-yard line, Bender back under center, handed off, going over right tackle. Nice hard running and a stiff arm to add a little bit of yardage to that by Jacob Mason, taking it inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 4 for Mason.
So the second string guy is doing a good job here. Mason now 36, 46, 79, 49 yards on 5 carries for 49. So again, you just swap out the offensive lineman, you bring in the next set, and you bring in the next set of backs, but if you continue to run the wing T the way the Placer Hillman run the wing T, good things continue to happen here on the hill.
2 backs behind Bender, takes the snap, and it's going to be a handoff, and we have a flag. So hold everything right here. Dave's going to take a sip of his soda, and in a little bit, he's going to watch me eat a hamburger in 30 seconds. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Did I hear 30 seconds?
Well, we're going to try. We'll do our best. Tark just threw the gauntlet down as well, I hear back at the studio. You think I can do it, buddy?
Part of me hopes you can. Part of me hopes you can't.
I like that.
Got another penalty on that last play. They only get backed up a nickel. Looks like. So we'll have to take that run off the board.
A quick plug, don't forget Oakland A's baseball all weekend long. A's picking up a nice win in extra innings tonight, 2-1 over Tampa Bay, and we will have that series continuing their final road trip of the season in progress as Bender takes the snap and hands it off. And making a nice cut and pushing his way forward once again is number 32, Jesse Jordan, taking it from the 32-yard line. Let's see where they spot
They
this
give him to the 25. That's a nice 7-yard run.
I think they're going to put it down to 27. Yeah, give him a gain of 5 for Jordan. Now,
the other thing this drive is doing is running some clock. We're down to approaching 5 minutes, and the Hillmen have had the ball for about the last 3.5, 4 minutes. I don't think the scoring record is in jeopardy, but it's quite possible they could lay 70 on El Dorado tonight.
And is that the double-double, or is that the blue with the quail egg on top?
I think it's that second part.
All right,
yeah.
3rd down and 5. Bender's going to hand it off, and once again, finding some room. Nice hard running there by number 33. Good job by Drew Vincent, able to pick up the Hillman first down, taking it from the 27 inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 11 yards and another first down for the Hillman.
So Vincent having himself a good second half, and again the clock continuing to run, 4:40, 39, 38. We'll be curious if the Hillman can get down there and just choose some downs late and maybe just run this thing out before they score.
We're going to have Hillman highlights on the KAHI Coaches Show, 7 p.m. this Thursday on the Voice of the Foothills. Interview with Coach Montoya and the players as well. Bender this time is going to hand it off once again. Number 22 going across the far side is Jacob Mason, running hard towards the end zone. Let's see if they pushed him out of bounds. It's going to be close, and he's down there right around the 2-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 14 yards. 1st and goal, Hillman upcoming. Maybe feed it back to him. Let him get another chance.
Okay.
Get Kai Schaefer in on the tackle.
And again, we are in the course of the game. You continue to play the game hard. Looks like they're going to march it back.
Now, hold on a second. I did not see that flag fly. That's only going to be our fourth penalty of the entire game, and it's a hold on the Hillman, so wipe that one off the board.
We'll bring it back to, so give him a gain of 2.
Yep.
So instead of a 14-yard gain for Mason, he picks up 2, but that pushes him back, but it also continues to let the clock run inside of 3:30 now.
Andy Alvarez checks into the game. Isaac Smith now in at wide receiver for the Hillmen. His first action tonight, as far as I can tell. And Bender is ready to go. Second down and 9 for the Hillmen from the 15. It's going to be a delayed handoff to Alvarez. Alvarez pushing his way into the line, able to gain a few yards. And by Piles moving forward, my goodness, that ended up gaining him an extra 6 yards, taking it inside the 10, or actually right down at the 10-yard line. Gain of 5 there for number 2, Andy Alvarez.
Second 5-yard carry of the night for Alvarez as we approach the 3-minute mark again. Clock's been running the entire second half.
If Placer can strategize here with a little bit of slowness coming out of the huddle, they should be able to probably end it here. You could almost go victory formation, but I think they're going to put in one more.
Yeah, they probably have to run maybe 1, maybe 2 plays, and I really, for the sake of the El Dorado kids, I don't want to see them score here.
Bender ready to go, 2 backs behind. It's going to be a handoff to the up back, and he's tackled right there at the line of scrimmage was Jesse Jordan. Actually, they'll give him a yard down to the 9-yard line. So a 1-yard gain for Jordan. And we'll bring up a third down for the Hillmen.
And the clock continues to run as we're inside at 2:30 on the clock. Next week, we're going to be at a different venue, Pard.
Road trip into the suburbs, baby. We're heading down to Granite Bay to watch the Grizzlies take on the Grant Pacers. Should be a fun one. Sierra Foothill League action here on KAHI for the only time this season because Placer's on the bye. In fact, I should have probably thought of that before I mentioned the coaches show, which we won't have this week because it's a bye week. So anyway, join me at 5:30 on Thursday. We'll have 2 Thursdays on the Hill, and we'll be back at the coaches show next week as dashing into the end zone for the touchdown for the Hillmen. That's going to be number 33, Drew Vincent, taking it in from 4 yards out. Touchdown, Hillmen, 69-7. Get that point on the board and make it a 70 double-double. Quail leg Blue Bomber special.
Well, I'll even throw some, onions on that. Let's get those grilled up nice and tasty.
Jalapeno straws, maybe. A little jack cheese. I don't know.
We have an extra large Diet Dr. Pepper together.
Yeah, Rody's ready to kick it, and that's going to be his 10th consecutive point after try made tonight. 70-7 our score here, and let's just keep it here. Tark, just make up for these commercials afterwards because we've only got a minute left of the running clock. So this one is in effect is all over.
I think if they don't even have to hustle to get this, between the time that it takes for that minute to run for them to get set, they shouldn't have to kick the ball again. And I would hope they wouldn't.
Well, Dave, can I get your snap judgment evaluation of non-league play for this 2018 Placer Hillman varsity squad?
Well, 5-0 says it all. And by the way, margin of victory in each of those games, not even close. I mean, when you lay 69 on the number 8 team in the state of Nevada, you turn around and lay 70 the following week, and another 70 this week. It is on the verge of unfair to the teams that we played so far, but you've got to have that kind of, play. And I think the biggest takeaway from this preseason is the amount of time that the reserves have got to play. I mean, we're talking, basically in a quarter and a half for almost every game, with the exception of the Minot game. They didn't come until the fourth quarter in that one. But for the most part, and the clock is going to run out. They're not going to bother with the kickoff. So 70-7 is your final. And the Hillmen will retain. They might even move up to number 3 in the rankings this week, the way that Folsom put the hurt on Oak Ridge tonight. There's a good possibility Placer could be a top 3 team coming out of the bye week for the first league game.
All right, so if you're counting at home, that's 43 touchdowns in 5 games of football. That is 8.5 touchdowns average per game. Placer has scored in 3 games in a row, 69, 70, and 70 points. This team is a machine. They are such a pleasure to watch, and what a great Hillman homecoming 2018. Well, Dave, in just one moment, is going to tell you who our Mel's player of the game is.
Yeah, first I want to talk about Caden Bennett, counting for 6 touchdowns. Defense is nails. Folsom leading number 2 Oak Ridge 62-6. They're late in the third quarter. I'm sure that's got a running clock as well. Reserves in for the Bulldogs, and that 14-0 loss to De La Salle in game 1 set the tone for that Folsom team. Again, 2 3, 4 touchdowns better than everybody else in this area. I'll see them go up against this one team.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Just for this season, just to see what they could do with that.
I think that would be pretty cool.
It is time for the Mel's Player of the Game, and of course, if you take that ticket stub with you tonight or tomorrow to Mel's, you'll get 10% off that meal at Mel's at Highway 49 and Luther Road in Auburn. We're going to go defense this week.
Defense.
We're going to go the guy with that second pick six, and that would be Nuno Quattro.
Chase Laguana, Scott.
Quattro, yeah, Quattro. Got that right.
Our Mel's Diner Player of the Game. If you're listening to our voice and you were in the stands tonight, bring that ticket stub down to Mel's. You can do it tonight. You can do it tomorrow. You can enjoy Dave's favorite burger. Our favorite burger right now is the 70 burger.
Seems to be the
burger
burger of the
the trend
Yeah.
right now. As this team salutes the student section, big crowd here tonight enjoying Hillman Homecoming 2018.
Here you go. All right. Oh, so it's homecoming. Game just ended. What was the score about?
70-7.
70-7. And we're here with Mike Callis, who plays
right tackle and defensive tackle.
Yeah. So what happened today that was pretty cool for you?
We got to go in on second team for most of the game.
Yeah.
We got a big dub.
And then I saw something happen during that game.
Yeah, I think I got a little sack in.
A little sack.
Yeah.
I think it was an awesome sack. It looked awesome, and congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Wonderful. Good job.
All right, thank you.
Hey, we're here with Drew Vincent after the homecoming game, and something happened today. What happened?
I scored my first and second touchdown, and we had a great win.
You got your first and second touchdown?
Yeah.
All in one game?
Yeah, first and second varsity.
Hey, how long have you been playing for Junior Hillman?
I think this is my 10th year, actually.
Whoa, congratulations. Wonderful work. Thank you.
Thank you, too.